This week, on a fifth straight inevitable loss to the Ohio State Buckeyes, the Nittany Lions go to Columbus to take on the Buckeyes, a team that has had the best of them over the past half-decade, and they have a new quarterback, C.J. Stroud, and Stroud's going to dump it off and get the first down, but wait, the ball's out. The ball is out, and Penn State has it, and just like that, they have the earlier momentum if they want to try to get off this upset. Because trust me, I still want them to win this game, obviously, and I still want them to play spoiler to all these teams. If they want to get out of here with this upset, this is the way you start the game. Please don't get my hopes up just to do nothing, Penn State. Please. I beg. I absolutely beg. And James Franklin, my God, please don't blow this, Penn State. Ball goes up to Noah Cain, and oh my God, he fumbled the football. So you're telling me that we had a huge play on defense just for Noah Cain, who does nothing, ever, to sit there and fumble the ball? This is the same man who scored a touchdown against Indiana, one of the many things that could have won Penn State that game that we decided to do that was just stupid and idiotic, and that's something that Noah Cain has done once again. The Buckeyes luckily didn't do anything with the ball, but hey, we probably would have had at least 3 points out of that drive. So, just think about it that way. Those 3 points definitely won't come back to bite us, right? As this one is caught, and this one's going to be a first down for the Nittany Lions. Nittany Lions inside the 5-yard line here. They're just going to send Jahan Dotson in motion. They're going to hit Parker Strange, and this one's caught for a touchdown. Penn State goes up 7-0 to start the game, and Clifford, as you notice, is trying to silence the crowd, and he should be excited, but I mean, come on, you're winning 7-0 on the road against Ohio State. Don't act like this is the first time Penn State has gone up early against Ohio State just to blow it. I mean, come on. Like, seriously, like, this team, literally 2 years in a row, they lost this team by 1 when they were up by 2 possessions with less than 10 minutes to play. I mean, please tell me what is more painful than that. Literally nothing. Those are the 2 most painful losses I've ever experienced in any sport. I literally cried after those losses for hours, and I'm being serious. I don't want to sound like a wimp. Sure, I was a young kid, but I literally cried because those games were just so gut-wrenching, and they were the fall of this program. And we're still pretty high when it comes to the college football food chain. We're still towards the top, but we're not great. We haven't taken that next step, and if anything, we've taken a step down since that 2017 loss to Ohio State. 2018 loss solidified, and as Ohio State makes the field goal here, and it's 7-3. So right now, even though they're both different states, so you can't really say one of them's the little brother or the big brother, but right now, little brother is leading the big brother 7-3, and Penn State, by all means, if they're going to win this game, go out there and win it, okay? Like, either get blown out or win it. I don't want to see, like, a 10-point loss in a scenario where Penn State could have won the game just to make it so I remember this game and sit there in more pain for the next year, because we only get this matchup once a year. So either get blown out, that way you don't get my hopes up, or you can decide, hey, let's win, Maybe we can actually beat the Buckeyes for once and not just sit there and blow it and choke on our own fingers or something like that. I don't even know. As Clifford's brought down for the sack, and he's brought pressured, and he's sacked again. The Penn State offensive line is really taking their true midseason form as he has been sacked. And just like that, Sean Clifford's going off the field. Why don't you tell the crowd to silence now, Sean? As C.J. Stroud gets the ball, he's going deep, and it's caught. It is a touchdown. Chris Olave, and just like that, Ohio State has taken the lead 10-7. And oh man, it's beginning, isn't it? Just end this game already, please. Just Penn State, win the game. Like I said, win the game or don't make it close, because I don't want to sit here a year from now thinking about how Penn State potentially could have won this football game to haunt me for years and years to come. Because honestly, just this game, man. I get so excited for this game as he's brought down and sacked, and the ball is out. The big man has the football, and he's running down the field. It doesn't look like anyone's going to catch him, and nobody will. The Penn State Nittany Lions fumble the football, and they let a 325-pound man run down the field and score a touchdown. That's the definition of what has happened this season, and of course, it was a fumble by Sean Clifford, which is really symbolic of all of the injuries that he has in just the biggest moments and all of the times that he just can't lead his team to victory in the biggest stage, as the ball is out and it is picked up in return for a touchdown. It was out before he hit the ground, and that is definitely going to stand as a fumble. You can review it all you want, but the only thing you can't review is this. Ohio State owns Penn State. They own them. Okay, Penn State, they keep it close. Sure, it's a rivalry. They keep it close. These games are typically more entertaining than what you see in the Ohio State and Michigan rivalry in recent years. But still, this is just not, they can't win. They can't beat this team. They can't get over the hump. And as much as they want to, they're not a premier team in the Big Ten. They're good. They're the second tier, but they're not the top tier. And that's because A, they get in their own way, and B, terrible coaching and just downright getting outplayed in the biggest moments, especially against Ohio State, has led them to this tier. Okay? James Franklin, he's not bad. I'm not a huge fan. I'm really not, and Dotson gets the first down. We didn't target Dotson nearly enough this game. That's what you're going to see. And obviously, don't throw to him every play. But, like, what are we doing? Like, we didn't target him once in the Illinois game either in overtime, as he gives it to Dotson. Dotson, he dives to the pylon. That's going to be a touchdown for Penn State. And Penn State, they score a touchdown here. So this is, once again, a one-possession game. Jahan Dotson, another highlight play against Ohio State. He always plays pretty well against them, I can't lie. As right now, it is a 17-14 ball game in Ohio State's favor. And there goes Juba. And he's going down the sideline. Not the sideline. Oh, my goodness. He's just running. He's just freaking running. And he's going to get a first down. And that's going to be a huge gain for Ohio State. So Penn State, they have so many good plays, but they just allow these big plays in big moments. And it's something that ultimately loses them the football game. Because let's be real. This defense is a good defense, okay? They're not terrible, but they can never do it against Ohio State, man. It's so frustrating as they have to settle for the field goal. So Ohio State up by 6 right now. They have to settle for a 20-14 lead. And Clifford scrambling, and he is brought down and sacked on 3rd down. That results in a 4th down, and Ohio State's going to get the football back. I'm crying. I'm chronically depressed from this play, and I'm going to cry. And there goes Henderson. They've silenced him all day long, but Henderson's running down the field. Can he reach the end zone? No, he cannot. He'll be dragged down about the 3 or 4 yard line, setting up a red zone play here for the Buckeyes. And let me tell you guys, this is not looking good for Penn State. This looks like the 2019 game right now, except Penn State is closer in it, more, further into the game. They're closer in it. And this is bad. Oh, my God. Up the middle. Yep. Touchdown, Ohio State. Woo. Thank God Tom Brady's on my screen. For the love of God. I mean, I can't even get over this. Like, why? Why? And yes, I feel like that, Tom. I kept this out in the video for that reason. I feel like that. I literally feel like that right now. This is incredibly pathetic. This is awful. This is just not okay. And Tom, get out of your Hertz car. This is something that OJ did. So please stop. I beg, okay? Just please. Please do it, okay? Please don't do that. Oh, we're going to do some yoga too. Maybe that's what Sean Clifford should do. That way he doesn't get injured as much. Become more flexible every now and then. Right? We want to skip the ad. No, we're not going to skip the ad. You know why? Because we need a break from this terrible game, okay? I intentionally put these in. We need breaks from these terrible games, okay? This is an absolute monstrosity of a game from Penn State because the fact that they're in this game is so frustrating because either win it or get blown out like you're supposed to. Don't sit here and play with my emotions, okay? You do this every single year. Do not do it, okay? This team should be 7-0 right now, and if they lose Ohio State, there is no shame in that. But my goodness, please, for the love of God, please just win, and that's going to be a touchdown. But like I was saying, just win this game or just die, okay? Just roll over and die or decide you're going to win because this is really tiring to see this every single year. Penn State's only down by 3 now. Great blocking by the offensive line for once in their lives, and we score a touchdown. It wasn't Noah Cain because he's too bad to even be in the game at this point, all right? Noah Cain, he has no idea what he's doing. Okay, he looks so promising, but at this point, he just can't do anything. He can't break a tackle from a freaking fly. Okay, so why is he our starting running back right now? We need to answer these questions. All right, Clifford's happy, right? We're in this game, right? All we need is a big defensive stop, and we get that right here. But please, and oh my God, Clifford. This always happens. One possession game against Ohio State, and we throw a pick. And when that doesn't happen, we're up by 2 or 3 possessions, and we blow the lead in less than 10 minutes. It's like magic. And Clifford, really stupid throw there. Really stupid throw. Considering all the pressure, and he threw it. And that's going to result in a field goal for Ohio State. So Penn State, they are down by 6. They can still definitely win this football game, but they need a stop here. And there goes Henderson. Henderson's going down the field. Henderson, he's going to take it up to about the 43-yard line of the Penn State Nittany Lions side of the field, and that's going to be a first down for The Ohio State University. Travion Henderson, he does not take no for an answer, and he's really came alive in this second half, and he's wide open. That reminds me of the J.T. Barrett pass, because guess who was covering him? Nobody. The defensive back over pursued. So, I hate that play. Like, literally, this is painful. Henderson, he's running, and he's not going to get the first down. He's going to be a gain of 11, 3rd down and 2. All right, a field goal here will put Ohio State up by 9 and basically end this game, and of course they make it. A low kick, a kick that honestly could have missed it somehow, and it went in. So this really, every single year Penn State does this. 2nd down and 5. Clifford's going to need to have a miracle. The grace of God is going to have to conceive over the Nittany Lions if they want to win this game. 1st down to Dotson. About a gain of 20 there for the Nittany Lions, and this game is over. So Penn State, once again, for the 5th year in a row, after beating Ohio State in 2016 in the whiteout, which changed the shape of the program, and it still has. There's still a good program in college football. They're still at the top of the food chain, basically. They're on the upper levels of the food chain, but they're not at the very tippy top. And that's because Ohio State's there, but that's no excuse. The teams that we've had in the past should have been able to beat Ohio State, especially the ones that 2 years in a row blew 1-point leads. But you know what? We didn't win those games. And now we find ourselves losing to being in a close game of Ohio State through over 3 quarters, 3.5 quarters. But it's always at the end where Ohio State pulls away because Penn State chokes, Ohio State capitalizes off of it, and Penn State loses. So 3 straight losses for the Nittany Lions. This season is over. Okay, if they want to make a good bowl game, they have to win out. Because even if yes, a loss to Iowa without Sean Clifford is understandable. A loss to Ohio State's understandable. But they still should have beat Iowa with Traquan Roberson. And they definitely should have beat Illinois. So right now, they could be a 7-1 football team. But no, they're not. And that's very frustrating. Right? So this team, even if they lose one game to, say, U of M or Michigan, they'll be 8-4. Do you really think they're going to make anything better than, say, the Outback or Citrus Bowl? Because I certainly don't. This season, it's been the stamp of what it's been like to be a Nittany Lions fan over the past 5 years. Ever since 2016, 2017, great year, we blew it. 2018, great year so far, we blew it, and all went downhill. We lost 3 games. And then we lost to Kentucky in the Citrus Bowl. And then Sean Clifford comes in, and we're still a very good team, but we can't get over the hump. We never can get over the hump. And this team never will with James Franklin. I'm quite sorry to say that. He's a good coach. It might be risky moving on from him, but if Penn State truly wants to take that next step, they need firepower. They need a coach who is competent, and I don't believe that's James Franklin. So, with that being said, Penn State, they lose 5 straight games in a row to Ohio State. So many plays throughout this game. If Penn State wouldn't have just been stupid, really could have made this game a 1-possession game, or heck, they maybe even could have won. I mean, who knows? Who knows what could have happened? But I guess we'll never know. I have to wait at least one more year if somehow by the grace of God Penn State beats Ohio State next year. Which I can tell you right now, they won't. And God, whenever they beat this team again, I'm going to be so happy. Because they're going to have to one day. One of these years that I'm alive, they're going to have to do it again. But man, those years might be pretty far away from now. And if you guys didn't already know, the Penn State Redemption Series, yeah, that's canceled. It's really, it was canceled after the Illinois loss, and this isn't a loss to be ashamed of, but it's definitely canceled now. We have not won since the Indiana game, and that game was played at around early October, late September. So it's November at the time I'm recording this. So, yeah. Ohio State, please take a paternity test because I'm pretty sure you are our biological father.